Don't you just hate it when your groceries go bad when you've barely indulged? Well, at Easy Peasy, we're all about saving you some coins, and that's why today we'll be sharing some of our top tips on how to preserve your vegetables to last longer. I'll start with one of my favorite vegetables, and that is herbs. I love mints, I love danias, everything herbs, and I love them to last for as long as they can. One of my favorite herbs is mint, and this tip works for not only just mint, if you have dania and the like. What you'll do, you'll just wash them, ensure that you've thoroughly washed your herbs, and make sure that they are dry. After they have dried up, air dried, take your paper towel, wrap them, put them in either, I love Ziploc bags, so put them in a Ziploc bag. Make sure you've covered every place and refrigerate. This will make sure that your vegetables last up to 3 weeks. Now, generally, broccoli is a vegetable that goes bad really quickly. So I'll share with you 2 tips on how to preserve your broccoli. The first tip involves your paper towel. Dampen it a bit, just sprinkle water on your paper towel, and then afterwards, wrap your broccoli after you've cut them into small florets. And then afterwards, just make sure you wrap them well and store them. This will make sure it lasts for around 2 to 3 days. Lastly, if you want your broccoli to last longer, blanch them. Blanch them for about 5 minutes. Put them in hot water and a bit of butter and salt. Afterwards, dry them. Make sure that they are really dry. You can use your strainer, but also allow the broccoli to air dry. After they have dried, put them in Ziploc bags and then refrigerate. Make sure that you've put them in the freezer section, and this one will ensure that they last for even more than 2 weeks. But make sure that they are dry before you put them in your Ziploc bag and then put them in the freezer. That way you'll make sure that they last longer. Tip 3, tomatoes. One of my favorite ways of storing tomatoes is just blending and freezing. I really hate it when all my tomatoes ripen at the same time. For instance, you can see even my tomatoes are almost going bad. So what I like to do in this case is just to cut, wash, and blend. After I've blended, I separate them in small portions and then I freeze them. This way they last, and then first of all, it makes my work really easy, and then I get to freeze them and use them up for as long as even a month if they are frozen.
The next tip is on how to store green leafy vegetables. You dip in boiling water for 1 to 2 minutes, no more than 2 minutes, and then immediately dip in very cold water so that you can stop the cooking process. After that, you portion appropriately according to your family's needs or according to your need, and then you freeze. It's as simple as that. The next tip is how to store your cut avocado so that you can stop the oxidation process. What I simply do is I squeeze lemon juice on the exposed avocado, and then I store it. You can put it in your fridge, but please remember that the cold will change the taste of your avocado. So don't leave it in the fridge for too long. It's easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Now, we've all heard of the expression as cool as a cucumber. Now, as cool as cucumbers may be, they need to be stored at the warmest part of your refrigerator, because when you put them on room temperature, they get spoiled. And also, if you put them in the coldest part of your fridge, they get mushy. So you just have to find that in between, which is usually on your fridge drawer. That's the lower cupboard sort of drawer that you pull out and put your vegetables in. So remember, as cool as they are, place them in the warmest part of your refrigerator. For the last tip for today, lettuce. Now, with lettuce, once you've washed them and you've dried them quite well, the best thing to do is to wrap them up in aluminum foil. Now, the reason we are doing this is to ensure that the lettuce remains crispy. We all know that no one likes a lumpy lettuce, so to make sure that your lettuce doesn't get lumpy, make sure to cover in aluminum foil. And that was your last tip for the day.
And those have been some of our favorite tips on how to save our coins by keeping our fruits and veggies fresher for longer.
Remember to follow us on our social media handles, including Facebook,
Instagram, and please call us on the numbers below to place your orders. Otherwise, that's it from us. Na hii ni Mboga ya Wasichana Mboga.